I once had a flight on a toilet. I had a flight on a toilet. Seriously, shit went down. Welcome everyone to Insert Title here.
This?
Yeah, we're gonna continue this over from Sean's show. Clearly, it is Bad Joke Friday. No, it is Dumpster Fire Friday because it is last Friday of the month here on Insert Title here. Joining me, it's the weekend. You wanna know what? This is my low effort show where I really don't put a whole lot of thought into it. Been a rough week, but so I'm ready for the weekend, and I've already been streaming for a lot of the evening already, and it's definitely improved my mood. So we're gonna go around the horn, and with who we have joining us, starting off with my co-host Darnell. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing good, man. Like you, I've had a really, really rough week. And my mood was shit till about an hour and a half ago, and now it's getting better. So I'm with you on that, my friend.
Also joining us this evening is Arza. How are you doing, Arza?
I'm glad to notice that's a bit of a trend going on. You know, I had to put down my dog this week, and that was very unfortunate. So it's been great to be on some shows to just keep me distracted from that. Rest in peace, Hulk Beastie Boy. And then I got called a 5'3", 300-pound, 40-year-old man today, which is weird when I'm 5'10", 250, and 22 years old. Why does everyone think I'm so old?
That's hard to say.
It's nice to be on a show where I don't have to put on my silly getup.
Yeah. I mean, and next up we have Jay. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing pretty good. Again, yeah, been a long week. Busy at work, got a few major jobs done. Finally able to relax. That show with you guys doing the jokes, spot on. That was great. Yeah, it lifted my mood right up. I was like, okay, finally the weekend's here, right? We can have fun. So.
Yeah, I honestly don't know exactly what kind of started that, but I have a feeling it's probably going to roll a little bit into this show because you know what? It's great. Highly inappropriate.
Yeah, that was Jennifer that did that.
It was a Jen that started that?
Yeah, it was Jen. She started the jokes, and it was perfect timing.
And in the frozen box is Diesel.
Am I still frozen?
Diesel? Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on.
Should I do it? Because I'm looking at myself and I'm moving, man. I wonder if I should leave and come back and check that.
Yeah, go ahead and try. I see your signal, and your signal strength is like non-existent. So yeah, go ahead and drop out and come right back in.
My signal strength, weird.
Yeah, I see signal strength for everyone.
Oh, that's really cool.
And also joining us, I was about to jokingly say, joining us is Tiny but Fierce's chair, but she jumped back in before we got to her. So, Tiny, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right. I'm happy to finally be back on a show again, getting back in the groove, and always happy to be here with you fellas.
And eventually, we'll have more panelists.
Yes.
But
yes, the additional panelists were promised to us 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Where is
I got the joke.
For,
Toasty's here. I can't help it.
I didn't get it.
It's anti-Semitic joke.
I ignore them as much as possible these days.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so easy. It's like short jokes or gay jokes, you know? It just comes out.
They're just like Arza.
Jokes.
Easy.
Gay.
We're starting out strong on this one.
If I was easy, I wouldn't be in this pickle. I wouldn't.
No. You're easy. You just don't have options.
And why are you bringing a pickle into this?
Yeah, what the pickle did you?
I don't have any other options apparently.
What's up, Devastator?
Yeah, Devastator over in the chat. Welcome. No, we'll have more here shortly. But again, this is the free-for-all Friday, so any topic, any joke, I really don't care. Today, it's just about relaxing and have a little bit of fun.
For sure.
Hey, look at BBP.
Another, I mean, there's all kinds of pussy on the screen right now.
I know, right?
All kinds.
Tiny has hers, ours is showing his.
Big black ones, handicap ones.
I mean,
handicap.
Oh my god.
We got handicap ones. We got black ones. We got multiracial ones.
Yep.
Man, we got all of it. We got everything. We got all the pussy here.
Oh,
I think I embrace it, man. I'm never getting a job. I'm just gonna embrace it.
That's how I feel right now.
No. I'm not saying that sadly. I'm like, hey, this may turn into something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
am excited though. I am excited though because as Mike mentioned last week on Pop Culture Beatdown, Texas passed $1 billion law to give tax breaks to movies and TV shows.
Yep.
So and Louisiana today either passed or is about to pass a law to give the tax breaks they had years ago.
Yeah.
Again, so they'll be bringing projects back to Louisiana.
Nice.
So
Dang it.
yeah, Daddy may have a job.
so I don't know what's going on, Diesel. You were there and then you froze right back up again.
Yeah, it shows you. It show, if you look below you're below like in your name, it shows your signal strength. It's like non-existent.
Yeah.
Where like
Look next to your
On the
microphone.
green line.
Next to your
Next
microphone.
to your
on the green
microphone, there's a
line.
little tiny white line, and on the rest of us, we've got like multiple little white lines.
yeah, I have several. I'm looking at mine and it's showing several.
On all of our screens, you have like 0.
Yeah, you have none and a little X.
What the heck is going
We
on?
can hear
dude?
you just fine. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Except being frozen or put up like a avatar or something.
There you go, bud. Yeah.
We can still hear
We-
you
we
all right.
can go-
That's
we-
what really
We
matters.
just have to go. Yeah, we'll just have to go this way.
Yeah, we can hear you,
I
bud.
need to put. I gotta put a cool picture in there, man. This is gonna take some. This is gonna take some
Just be
thinking.
careful.
Well,
They may
also,
fuck you up if you
unlike
do.
StreamYards, your picture will only be this big. It's only going to be that little tiny white circle.
I wonder why it's a signal strength. Is it like
See,
seeing my
That's
neck?
Darnell,
tiny.
like, that drives me
Is it-
crazy. I can't put the avatar to fill the screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it seeing like wireless? Because I don't use wireless. It's weird.
I'm not sure. Just random things like that happen.
Yeah,
And I'm
anyway,
on wireless.
Hey, thanks for having me on, brother. It's
Yep.
it's
How you
nice.
doing, Diesel?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm like I think things are getting better, man. I started taking like some meds, very mild antidepressant. Just check it out, dude. Who would have thought I might be a little unbalanced? Who would have guessed? But no, things are
Actually, it's
okay.
not shocking at all, considering the fact that the majority of, historically speaking, the majority of alcoholics are self-medicating in some way or another, whether they realize they had something to medicate or not.
Oh, I was kind of. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. I was kind of joking because if you've known, like every now and then to go on a rant or something for no reason, or or like when I go jog, man, I'd be getting angry at like I don't know at people that I didn't know at houses having imitation like arguments that didn't even exist. It would be going on in my brain. Yeah. And my brother figured out he's gotten deep into this stuff, man. He like went to our genetics, and I thought we were Scottish, but it comes to find out I was telling Darnell a while back, we're descended from Vikings, so we're probably not happy unless we're plundering or trash.
That would make sense if the Quakers hadn't come from the Vikings.
Well, the Quakers are just the pussy ones who couldn't make it.
No, they were strong ones who didn't have to fight. They were willing to take it. They could stand there and take it.
No, yeah, and that's who they took it bending over to.
You obviously don't know shit about Quaker history.
No, fuck
Hey,
those oatmeal people.
Oh my God.
Man, I like oats, dude. Actually, I
like Paul. He's better.
Yeah, me too.
oh yeah. Hey man, wasn't oats like Stalking Hall or something like
I think
that?
so, yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about Garrett, and then we're talking about that on Normal World one night.
Yeah, they're never coming back.
Listen,
Hey,
my
you guys wanna hear
mom
something?
my mom used to blast that stuff like Hall and Oates greatest hits back in the day, man. That stuff's like it's burned into my brain along with Billy Joel giving the worst dating advice ever. Tell her about it. That's the worst song on the planet. That is the worst song. It's like tell her everything you feel. No, you don't do that shit. You don't tell her anything, you idiot. Thanks a lot, Billy Joel.
Divorce Advice by Billy Joel.
See,
Hey, did I
knows
just
what
do
I'm
Hall
talking
and
about.
Oates?
Yeah, but
Someone say Hall and Oates?
yes.
You're a cunt.
Jack.
I love the video so much.
Jack showed me that a long time ago, and it was so freaking funny, man. I love that thing.
I rarely get the ability to throw that in there, but someone you just happen to mention Hall and Oates, and I'm like, oh, yeah, there's the opening. Rarely comes along, but here we go.
And that guy,
he's really taking him.
The guy's so happy,
bot, dude.
He's so happy playing too, man. He's
like a upbeat sounding song.
Yeah, and he's smiling. He's just like, "You're a cunt."
Just
yeah. So we're not really topic based, but I know this kind of a carry on from the 2 shows that I've done already, but we'll kind of just touch a little bit on it. And we have what's going on right now with, I don't think it's true. I think it's being pushed, and it's the casting for Zelda. I think that's just purely online. I don't think it's serious.
They're
But
trying to astroturf it into reality.
right.
And even the person who published the article on and published the rumor on X had then, as previously posted, another article saying all the reasons why Hunter Schafer is perfect. This isn't a rumor; it's their fan cast, and it's them trying to basically take their advantage of their position as a rumor mill to basically create rumors that didn't exist before.
Arza, let me clue you in onto something though, bud. Patrick Stewart as Professor X, that was a fan casting since the early '90s. Halle Berry as Storm, fan casting since the early '90s.
I didn't know
Who
that.
else?
Man.
Krasinski.
Yep.
As Reed Richards, fan casting.
And they fucking wasted it.
This is how they do. This is it's building. If it builds enough momentum, it will be reality.
And I know that. But the thing is, these are people who aren't fans and they don't have the momentum. They're trying to astroturf it into reality.
Well, it may not. That's how Peter Cullen was recast as Optimus Prime for the 2007 Transformers movie. All us dorks, man, like got on message boards, got together, and just kept on and on and on and on. And then Michael Bay like relented. The producer Don Murphy and came and talked to us on our message board back in the day, probably around 2005 or 6 or something like that, and got input from all of us, and that's what we kept saying, and that kind of went into reality. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So here,
there's nothing wrong with that. It's just when they're bullshitting it.
Yeah, but because they're BSing it, that may not, work, right? Because it doesn't have any real momentum behind it. It's just astroturfing, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, except the press is trying to pick it up and give it more momentum. They're trying to make it more because they like that type of thing.
They are giving it momentum. It's building.
So that's the guy that they're trying to astroturf in.
Yeah. And this is the one picture.
He does look slightly feminine.
In this one picture,
he's got a mean elfin look. I'll give him that.
In this one picture, he looks like Zelda.
It's because of the makeup mostly,
and the ears, the way the ears are positioned in the hair.
Yeah, of course it's because of the makeup. Makeup changes everything. That's why cosplay works.
And I've said this on my video. I said this on Toasties. I said it on Irons. It's fine. This would be fine if it wasn't for the fact it's purely political.
Yeah.
Right.
If no one was talking about the fact that he was trans, they were trans, whatever the fuck you're supposed to say. If nobody was talking about that, if no one was bringing it up, if it was just this is the thespian that wants to play the role, and that person had just walked on the stage, we knew nothing about them, it wouldn't be such a big deal, I don't think. Because they do have a very elfin, Gamian face, and with makeup they could look very feminine, but ours is completely right in the fact that the whole reason it's being pushed and the reason it's getting attention from the press and everything is because it is a political statement. And in some ways, I almost feel bad for Hunter, whatever the fuck their name is, because if they are actually a good actor, if they did really want to do this type of role, because of the whole trans political shit, they've been hit. It's just like all the people the DEI hires. You have no idea if they're actually legit or they qualify. And no one ever gives them the full respect they deserve because so many who don't deserve end up in those roles.
Well, and also context a lot of people are missing is Hunter Schafer is known for screaming on social media about being oppressed.
I've never heard of this person.
Then they really don't deserve the role.
Like Hunter Schafer threw a massive tantrum about having an M put on his passport.
Am I the only person that doesn't even know who in the universe?
No, I've never heard of this dude.
I had never heard of them until this came up. I never heard of them.
He's only done a couple roles, and he's only known for Euphoria, which is a teenage sex show.
Yep.
But also, isn't Princess Zelda supposed to be relatively young? So like, I thought that was the whole point. They wanted someone who didn't look overtly mature and feminine.
Yeah, well, Zelda and
like
Link
20
are both young, right?
I've never played the video game. So
okay, so Zelda can range from like 13 to like 26.
Oh, okay.
So it just depends on what era. Like if they're doing the Toon stuff, then Link and Zelda are going to be a lot younger.
Okay.
If they're doing the either 2D or 3D era stuff, then he's going to be a lot older. It just depends on what era they're going for.
Yep.
Only a matter of time.
Yep.
In fact, the problem is Schaefer would actually be better, almost if it wasn't for the fact that he has fake tits, would actually be decently.
Or he's a guy.
No, hold up. If it wasn't for his fake tits, he would almost be better for Link.
Yeah.
No.
Because he's got a very twinkish appearance. He's very twinkish.
Link is I always
Link
thought of both of them as being like 16. They're just young. He's a young kid, and he's saving this young princess, man. I always thought that's why I guess the median between like 13 and 26. That's why my brain just when I thought about it, I went to 16.
Yeah, it just depends on which version of the characters you're looking at mostly, but generally, Link is he can vary because like if you're doing Toon or young Link, of course, that's going to be a lot younger. He's going to be a kid, and then adult you have Link who's like 16, and that's going to be your Ocarina of Time and your
Zelda 2.
Yeah, Zelda 2. Or you got adult Link, and that's going to be Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, games like that, where he's older.
Are they both elves?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're Hylians.
Someone argued earlier in the chat. They're Hylian. Yeah, but Hylian is
Hylians are elves.
Hylian the other thing is they live on. That's why they're called.
The other thing, so how Legend of Zelda works is you have these two figures. You have the goddess and then the protector, who get reincarnated every couple of hundred of years. And so Zelda and Link reincarnate constantly to fight the darkness, which is Ganondorf. So every single every single Zelda and Link have existed at some point in the timeline of Legend of Zelda. It's not usually the same Link and Zelda. Sometimes it is, but very rarely is it the same one.
I didn't know that. I will say, I think the best Zelda game is A Link to the Past, and I'm kind of biased. I love that game. I thought it took everything about the original Zelda and then just dialed it up and made it. It wasn't like they didn't do stuff just to make it, but different or new or something, but they just took all the enhancements.
It was very gothic.
It took all the enhancements from the graphics with the Super Nintendo and the way that you can move in the 2.3 or 2.5D, and it just worked so well.
How come nobody knows the best Legend of Zelda game? It's such a clear answer.
He just said it.
No,
he just said it.
In the time.
No, you're also wrong.
He just said it.
It's Spirit Tracks.
He just said it.
I agree. Darn it.
Granted,
Diesel. What I love about that game is I made a CD of gothic songs like this Crow soundtrack songs.
Oh, to play in the background.
Stuff from Lost Highway to I had like 15 songs and they played it. I had to do repeat. So I'm playing the game, dude. It's fucking awesome when you got that.
Oh, that is awesome.
You.
I love that. I love that game, man. It's like I had a Super Nintendo, and when I started playing that game, it just the playing the original Legend of Zelda like blew me away when my best friend had a Nintendo, but I didn't get until I was like a senior in high school. I got a Super Nintendo, and they had that Super Mario All-Stars, which was like the original Mario games, but like bumped up with like 16-bit graphics and everything.
Yep.
And then wound up somebody had gotten A Link to the Past, and I started playing it, and it was just, man, I just think that game from the original to that just made so much of it. It just, I don't know, it just optimized everything about the Super Nintendo, and to me that's like as close to a perfect sequel as you could possibly get to like a game or something, man. I love that game. Did I mention I love that game?
But man, what does it take to get people to appreciate the greatest game?
It needs to be a good game.
It
is
never
a game.
I may have to play it.
We all know I know nothing about gaming,
we've got
and
the
I've
raid.
never gamed, but I have at least listened to so many of you talk about video games. I've heard of all those other Zelda games that were mentioned, I've never heard the Spirit thing.
So yeah, Spirit
Me
Tracks
neither.
was a relatively niche title during the Toon Age for the Nintendo DS, and the whole thing was
You ride trains.
Link is a train conductor who is forced to help Zelda, whose body has been kidnapped, but her soul has been expelled from her body. You must help escort her body through the Tower of Time, or your soul through the Tower of Time back to her body.
This is a
And
DS game.
It's a Nintendo DS
Yeah.
game. You control the train from your DS, and then you get off the train to do Link stuff. It's kind of like Phantom Hourglass and Wind Waker almost, but train focused.
Well, briefly, want to say welcome everyone joining in the raid, coming in from Sean and Gina show. And there is my favorite mod, number one mod, Cass.
Hey, are you on?
Jake.
Okay, you're on YouTube as well. Okay, I'll open that. Cool.
Overall, as I brought up before, it depends on how much Nintendo really wants to protect their property, and depending on how much they are in control of the script, casting, and stuff like that, because we already know what already has happened before in the past with video game movies, specifically the Super Mario Brothers movie that happened back in the 80s, and how much that went off the rails, and that really stopped Nintendo from ever doing it again. So if they're really going to protect and are really out to protect their property and make sure that it's no damage is actually done to it, I just have this feeling that I'm fairly certain they're probably protecting it. So I don't know if they're going to do that, because for one thing, Nintendo's not exactly big on going into extremes and going into politics
Correct.
like that.
But I'll tell you this: the contract for this movie was finalized years ago. Probably be willing to bet even during the Summer of Love, when they may have been feeling, hey, we need to go down this road.
Are we sure? Because it might have been back during Mario, and even Mario. I mean, when they did the Mario animated movie, I mean, they protected that one. And Zelda is just as big of a franchise for Nintendo.
They did, but at the same time, there was controversy because you had Chris Pratt voicing Mario and not what's his face, the guy who voiced Mario in every game.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who were upset about that.
Right, who played Mario's dad and somebody else in the movie.
Yeah, I forget.
But yeah, I mean, it's easier to protect your animated movie if it's animated. Protect your IP if it's animated. The live action is gonna be a little harder.
I don't think that Nintendo, given the fact that if they're going to be in control of this, I assume since it's their property, I don't think they're going to let. Well,
we don't know.
It depends. Yeah, if they have control over that, they won't let that happen because they're very, they're kind of.
Yeah, the Japanese very traditional.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Again,
but if the American studios, depending on how they can.
Depending on who got control of it, will determine.
Yeah, kind of like I haven't heard. I know Tiny knows more about this, but about season 2 of One Piece. How if they're aren't they doing? Yeah, you've already like how they.
So, Ichiro Oda had a lot to say for season 1 of the One Piece live action, and he even had it in the contract up to a point that they weren't going to put anything on the air without his okay. Season 2's contract didn't have the same stipulations. Now, the showrunner said he wouldn't put anything on the air till Oda had absolutely okayed it. But that same showrunner just had to retire temporarily due to stress. So we don't know how much say Oda had in the casting for season 2 and season 3, because both have been cast. We don't know how much say he had on any of the scripts for season 2 or season 3, and he has been spending nearly as much time in South Africa as he did during the filming and then editing of season 1. So it might be great still, or it may end up getting kind of Netflixized.
Yeah, they'll drop it off a cliff like they've done with so many season 2 stuff. Like, what was that one HBO show with the robots that was season 1 was so good? Yes. And then there's
season 1 of One Piece had a couple things that Oda wasn't super happy about. They had to talk him around to it. Right. And most of those were things that I don't think turned out very well in season 1. So if they're doing even more stuff without his,
and that's especially going to be.
I don't really trust. I mean, I'll watch it. I'm going to watch it. I won't miss it for the world. But
it'll be especially disappointing for somebody that's such a fan of the manga like you are, and a lot of other people who read it, like who just know it, you know, and that's how I would be with something, you know.
Yeah, you would feel like this if they were doing it to Alien or to Transformers or to any of the things that you love so much. I mean, we'd all feel that way about, we have all felt that way about what they've done to Marvel, what they've done to DC, what they've done to all the things that we all love and that all brought us all together. But at the same time, the thing that makes me even more, I'll say, frustrated / worried about the One Piece season 2 in particular is Netflix has 2 things coming out. They've got One Piece live action season 2, but they also have the Wilt Studio new reprise of One Piece the anime, which is going to restart the anime from the very first episode without any filler and with modern animation styles.
Kind of like Dragon Ball Z Kai or something.
Yeah, kind of, a little bit. But basically, they're starting over from the beginning. Like, Kai started from where Dragon Ball ended. This is literally
this is going all the way back to the and it's going to be
episode 1. Basically, the idea is that Oda's art style and the art style used in the anime has changed over 26 years. If it hadn't, that'd be really fucked up.
Right. Well, it's the same
so
thing.
they're using modern art and the original story with no filler whatsoever, because the original anime has a lot of filler.
It's kind of like, well, I think Dragon Ball Z Kai is also the original, original animation.
It is the original animation. What they did was they cut out the episodes of grunting and powering up. No, because I'm rewatching Kai again, and when I was on episode 50, and what happens in episode 50 happens in episode 90 of the original show.
Yeah,
because of all the powering up and fucking grunting and
they kind of stretched it. Now, one of the episodes though, I haven't watched Kai, but I'm guaranteed they took out one of my favorite episodes of all time, and it was fillers. The one where Goku and Piccolo go to the DMV and trying to get a driver's license.
I don't think I got to that point yet.
It's in the original. It's a filler episode, but it's hilarious. They start crashing cars at each other. Are you challenging me?
Well, that's the other thing. Sometimes filler's not bad. Like everyone
sometimes
automatically evil. And it's not necessarily. There's actually even talk sorry to always go back to it, but in the One Piece community about with the new anime, whether they'll keep one particular entire small arc that is a filler arc, but it's considered one of the greatest arcs. One of the greatest small arcs, at least. Everybody loves it.
Kind of like Bleach has a couple of non-manga arcs in it that are okay. They got one or two that's kind of bad, but and what you're talking about with the animation style too, if you look at the oh god, I can't think of the guy's name that does Bleach, but if you look at his early stuff and then you look at the newer stuff, especially if you look at something like 1,000-Year Blood War, which is and every episode looks like movie quality, whatever animation studio, and if you went all the way back to the original, it's different. And they probably, I imagine this, if they reanimate it, it'll probably look amazing compared to the original One Piece. It'd probably be in HD, right? Because
but overall, too, is just you're hoping that they at least stay somewhat. They're staying true to what it is. That's the problem that's happening constantly with reboots, remakes, and all this other stuff. Is they turn around and destroy the property.
Well, the bigger problem.
It's arrogance.
Yes,
it's a level of arrogance and hubris that is almost unfathomable. You have a storyboard, whether you're taking a comic and you're turning it into a movie.
Yeah,
you have a storyboard in the comic.
Exactly right.
You're taking an animated movie and turning it into live action. You have the storyboard. It's the animation. There's no fucking reason to change it, and especially not to change the meaning or the message or the lesson, except for your arrogance that you have to put your stamp on it because your artistic whatever bullshit has to come.
This is a problem that's plagued anime for so long, so much longer than it's plagued Western entertainment. Because one of the big issues is they had to rush anime. Some of my favorite anime got ruined. No, not just filler. That's also how you get bad endings. Hellsing, Full Metal Alchemist, Blue Exorcist, Soul Eater, all fucked up their endings because they decided to go rush the anime before the manga was finished.
Just
Okay, I'll give you Blue
Sorry.
Exorcist. Though supposedly they're actually starting episodes up again because there was a light novel or
they're
something.
supposed to be starting season 4, which was supposed to fall back on the manga because they did season 1. They had to retcon that ending. Like the last 4 episodes of the season aren't canon anymore. And they had to watch season 2, and then season 2 got canceled. Then they did season 3, and then season 3 got canceled about half, or like towards the end of it. They stopped doing the
season 3 is where the one where they go to what's his name's village, right?
I think that's season 2. That's
okay.
the second half of season 2.
Like,
but
see, it's kind of
that also happens. That also happens in Western too, because that's exactly what happened with Game of Thrones. They ran out of source material, and Dan and Dave wanted to get to their Star Wars movie that never came out.
So but that's so rare.
HBO was willing to give them a few more seasons to get to that point, but they rushed it all in a condensed final season.
But these anime producers, they're not trying to condense it. They're not trying to rush it. It's just like Full Metal Alchemist. Both Alchemist and Brotherhood are the same episode length. Alchemist is the initial one. Brotherhood is what the manga goes through. And what they did is they actually shortened every single arc in Alchemist down to 1 episode from 3 and cut some important episodes to make it so it fit the same thing. And so it's like Alchemist has the first half of Alchemist is such a great show. Second half of Alchemist is shit. And as a consequence, the first half of Brotherhood's not very good. But the second half of Brotherhood is wonderful. But you also can't like watch half of one, then watch the other half of the other because they change the lore around.
Okay, I'll give you that. I don't actually have as much a problem with the first part of Brotherhood as a lot of people do, but I actually saw Brotherhood before I saw the original. So to me, it wasn't so bad, but I do understand why people like the original they like the first half of the original more than the secondary. I'll give you that.
Or, we've also got Hellsing where we had
what the fuck was wrong with Hellsing's ending? I love Hellsing's ending.
The manga.
I love Hellsing Ultimate's ending. I didn't actually see the
Ultimate's
original
the
Hellsing.
proper one. In the original one, it's some generic vampire gargoyle thing. He's like some weird guy in a turban. I don't even remember what his deal was.
now, for Bleach, it's kind of a different thing. I can't remember how it's pronounced. Taita Kubo. Kubo's the guy who did Bleach. The 1,000-Year Blood War arc, he was kind of rushed with that. And, like a lot of manga artists and writers, his health was kind of, because they'll work themselves to death, man.
Yeah,
literally. And he kind of rushed 1,000-Year Blood War, and there was some stuff there was like some stuff that he wasn't able to tie in. A few threads that went here and there, and they didn't go anywhere, or they should have, and he wanted to expand it more. See, now that they're doing the anime, he's got direct involvement, and he's adding all of the stuff that he wanted to do originally, which is really cool, man. To fill in, there's a few things in it that
there've been multiple times where the production company, the publishers, have rushed the mangaka or been like, we want you to move on to a new thing, and they've just killed the ending of stuff too, just because the publishers are just being dicks about how much space they're going to give them in the magazine. And
you see the volume of work that manga artists do, and then you look at like these people for like the Western comics, and you're just like, how are you lazy people complaining? Get out of here. That's one thing I love about manga artists is that you've got the same writer pretty much doing the entire story. So
you don't get these changeovers every few years or whatever. It's one story, one author, generally speaking.
That's
the thing. Half the time they have the same editor for most of that. I mean,
and
26
that's
years, Oda's only had 6 editors.
The thing for me is my favorite show kind of violates that rule. My favorite anime of all time is Fate Zero, but the rest of the Fate franchise is shit. It's not worth consuming. It's flashy and has good animation, but the story's terrible, and it's mostly just love triangles with mythical characters. It's terrible.
Well, mythical names, they don't actually fulfill those characters. Like, I was watching Shangri-La Frontier with a friend, and I just started cracking up because I love how much the Japanese mangaka like to use Western names and of places, people, or beings, but they don't actually care what those things are. They just pick names and words.
They sound American.
It's any version of that character, so it could be any type of interpretation of it. Is how that world works.
I've only watched a couple, like 100 anime or so, maybe a little bit more, but I've seen at least 5 different versions of what a Jaeger is. Is a Jaeger a being? Is a Jaeger a machine? Is a Jaeger a magical? Like, and then you like the Fate series, Gilgamesh with blonde hair. Okay.
Well, to be fair, Gilgamesh in Fate Zero had blonde hair because he's obsessed with gold, and they wanted to make him look as
he's a Sumerian. Fuck off.
I know. Well, the funny thing is, in that same show, they have Alexander the Great, but he's super big and buff and dark skinned. Like they literally swapped the build for Gilgamesh and Alexander the Great. But it's fine because the thing about Fate Zero and the Fate universe is you can summon any version, any interpretation, and you don't get to control what kind of version you summon. That's why in that universe, King Arthur's a woman. Not because King Arthur was a woman, but because the specific myth that summoned is a female version of King Arthur. The male myth can be summoned too, and has been. It's
ridiculous. It is an excuse to use names and things that they think are sound interesting without actually having to care about what they're supposed to do.
No, they use their lore. They use their history. It's very integral to Fate Zero that the characters are who they are. Grant, it's really only matters for Fate Zero. The rest of it kind of abandons that, to my knowledge. Which is why I don't like the rest of the Fate franchise.
Fate Zero is not a wild man running around attacking women and beating up every guy who gets in his way.
No, because he's enslaved to another. He's literally bound by another man's will.
Arza, he'd be walking around raping women and beating up men if he wasn't.
He's actually under
that much to me.
He's under the forceful control of a priest.
Go ahead, Gina.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, hi, Gina. I'm so sorry. I couldn't see you. You're under my white box.
I waved and I was like, she didn't see me. No, I was looking at Arza's room. You got the new bookshelves?
I got them, yeah. And I put the stuff on them. So there's my VHS shelf and there's my DVD shelf. And they're both pretty much full.
Of movies he's never watched and will never watch.
When you watch them, are you going to move them to the bottom shelf?
No, I plan.
Or are you just going to dust them every week?
Yep, I'm just going to dust them. Yeah.
He's not gonna.
But no, I want to organize them by like things. Like my DVDs are organized top shelf. I believe our TV shows, middle shelf are series, or second shelf is series.
Yeah.
And
you know TV shows are series, right?
No, you know what I mean.
Hey, speaking of which, if you guys want to talk about some good stuff, I have watched some really good. Let me tell you something. I never thought I would get into it, but I watched both seasons of Andor. And that's really good.
Don't even know what it is.
The Star. It is a
Star Wars.
It doesn't really feel like Star Wars, but
Andor or what?
The Star Wars TV show. I watched part of the first episode. I didn't like it, and then when I saw they're bringing rape into Star Wars universe, I was like,
"Oh, I forgot about."
Darnell. No, rape has been in this.
No, I'm sorry.
It has been in the Star Wars universe since the original trilogy.
Fair enough.
They did.
But it was never. I mean, dude, come on.
Yeah,
I know it was shoehorned in there.
It was forced. Yeah, it was forced in there.
There's a few things. If you can get
it was. That's what Rainbow.
Yeah, usually that's what happens, and that force is usually used.
You force it in. Yeah.
If you look past just a couple of those things, man, I enjoyed it. But I'll tell you something else.
I won't.
That I watched that is like, I just kind of binge that is Mobland with Tom Hardy and Pierce Brosnan.
Heard it's good.
It is good, dude. Guy Ritchie's directing it too, man.
So we've had a couple people join us, and what do you call what is an atheist? What is atheism?
Atheism.
Atheism. What is
it's atheism? A joke. He's telling a joke.
It's like not collecting stamps.
A non-profit organization.
Like not collecting
and
stamps.
Speaking of which, joining us now also is Gina. How are you doing, Gina?
I am great, thank you.
And Sean. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I thought maybe you weren't gonna.
Oh no. Just trying to find that little segue in. I mean, there's plenty of things I could have done to kind of interject just a little bit. I mean,
And you're looking for one right now.
Shut up, man.
oh, wrong one. Or was it the right one?
Oh my god, wait, what the fuck? Darnell's mic just got really loud all of a sudden. I think it's
Why'd the
Darnell's.
sound go all weird?
Yeah, somebody's mic just spiked up.
That wasn't me that played
Not
that.
Darnell.
I do hear a hissing now.
No, I
Yeah.
can hear it. It sounds like the gain is turned up to like 11 or something.
There you go. It's gone.
There you
Uh,
go.
There we go.
All right, maybe that was Jay.
He's muted.
It's playing
Yeah,
really
now
You know-
he's muted and it's gone.
This might be a
It's-
controversial opinion, but I feel like Sean, his name should be, he seems like an SEAN Sean and not an SHAWAN.
How-
You like Spirit Tracks. You have no
How
foundation to stand on.
Dare you?
No, because that's like a sheen. At least
Yeah.
Sean
He looks like a
rolled
Sheen.
off the
No,
tongue.
no. The beard makes it with the W, dude.
Sean.
No, he looks like a CN.
Listen.
Yeah, we already heard you.
SWAN is not Sean, no matter how fucking you try and sell me on, oh, it's fucking whatever, Scottish, Celtic, whatever, from the gay little fucking island. Never, ever, ever. Because the sole reason is Sean Bean. That's my answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
I said it's a controversial opinion, but you just give those vibes to me.
Oh, by the way, it's cool to hang out with you guys and Jay too when he gets back.
Oh yeah.
Jay will agree with me. He knows what I'm on about.
No, he won't.
No,
Gafontes
and I've already-
says
and I've already-
SHAUN.
Bullshit button, Arza.
I've already sent a message that he has to disagree with anything you say this evening.
Fuck! What's new? Don't you say that every week?
Well, no, it's just a different person I select on the panel that has to disagree with whatever you say.
Oh, you got to be the antagonist, man. You argue against the devil's advocate. Devil's advocate.
Gafontes, it's good to see you, Gafontes. It would have been also really nice to see you in our chat earlier. Where were you, buddy? I missed your face.
Oh, somebody brought up the offer that you are Jonathan.
No, that's never been said. It's not a thing. And
Mr. Scott, you think is a thing? Is he
yeah,
saying, shut up,
yeah,
Jonathan.
it's not.
Jonathan.
Hey, man,
Not a
I
thing.
keep trying to put a picture
Is Sean
on.
in? That's what it kind of sounds like. Sean. Never
Sean,
mind.
Sean in.
Well, let's be honest. The
On
real
what?
thing reason is he's actually a Shanthu.
Sean.
I keep trying to put a picture on here.
Well,
Well, that
Donovan?
was bad. I mean,
Dumpster fire activated.
that's almost as bad as what does the Sixth Sense and the Titanic have in common?
Everybody's dead.
I see Deadpool or dead people.
I see dead
You
people.
see Deadpool?
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck that just came from. I'm
Wow.
tired. I didn't get any sleep tonight or last night.
R.I.P. Boil water. You must be missed.
That would have really
Hope he
sucked to have been in the
Yeah,
middle
that
of the
was
North
bad.
Atlantic, man.
Also,
Freezing.
interesting fact about the movie Titanic: that little Irish boy that had that one iconic line just on the deck as everyone died. He gets $100 a year in residuals. Still, he's 30
Nice.
years old now.
What
Interesting.
was
Eh?
his line?
I don't remember.
This-
It was one line. It was iconic. I don't give a shit about it, but I read it as I was pooping a few minutes ago.
I know
Wow.
all man. I know that I know the whole story behind that in that movie, man. There's a lot of what really happened in the movie, but those two fake characters just make it like it took me right out of it because they're just so they stick out like a sore thumb.
I can't hear you, Jay.
No, I'm just making sure it wasn't overgained. I heard something because I was still listening. The kid was having issues with his car.
Oh, by the way, Jay, it's cool to hang out with you, brother.
You too there, Diesel. Awesome to not, well, I would say I would like to see you, but
I know it.
We-
Keeps, I was trying to I keep trying to put a picture in there instead of that face, but it keeps
That was
wanting to charge me money, dude.
yeah, me too. Yeah.
All right, now Jay, did you hear my possibly controversial opinion about Sean?
By the way, I disagree.
Fuck you.
Thank you for paying attention to that show programming. No, for the evening.
I was so hopeful.
Arza
Hey.
has no facts.
Hey, whenever I get undressed in the bathroom, my shower gets turned on.
Oh, speaking of that, do you after a shower, do you guys get dressed in the bathroom or do you go to your bedroom and get dressed?
No, bathroom.
Bathroom directly out
Underwear
of
and pants in the bathroom, and then shirt in my bedroom.
Well, I live alone, so
just walk around.
I'm in rare form that I'm actually wearing clothes.
See,
Yeah,
I
I
would
should
need
just
to stay
down
where
for
it's
this show.
warm. I'm a frigid beast, so I need to stay where it's warm
Yeah. Now, do you put your socks on
immediately.
immediately?
I'm a frigid beast. I need socks on immediately.
See, I put on socks as soon as I wake up, just because I don't like having dirty feet.
The first thing I put on is underwear when I get out of the shower.
Well, one way to keep clean feet
me
is
too.
to
Lame.
actually keep the floor clean.
I've got a lot of animals here, and a lot of people who don't do that.
Oh. Yeah.
Granted, floor would be a bit cleaner.
Underwear, pants, socks, bra, shirt.
I don't wear underpants.
We know.
We know.
I have
Barely
a
ever.
move, which is this big, long, like 4-foot red light thingy. So if I get out of the shower, I put it on. I lay it on my bed, and then I lay down and get red light until I'm dry.
See, I had red light boots, but one boot doesn't work anymore, so I only have one red light boot.
Is it one of those ones that's
Unfortunately,
like kind of like universally curved, so you can put it on one foot and then put it on the other foot later? At least you have that.
I know. And the way you can also put it on your shoulder or your elbow.
Nice.
Wait, is this the red light that men are supposed to put on their nutsack?
You can put it all over your body. It's supposed to
I'm
be
not
really
putting
great.
any
And
light
I
on my
want a
nutsack.
body mat. They're pricey.
Very expensive.
What is
Actually,
this thing?
the Duke we have is insanely expensive, but the only reason we have it is a really good friend of my mom's had a bad relationship and she had to move quickly, and her new house didn't have any room for it. So we've had a long-term loan for like 2 or 3 years, but it's like this wide and like 4.5 feet long.
Damn.
And hold on, let's see if I can make it. You see it? Hold on.
I'm so jealous. I want one.
What is that thing, man? I've never heard of this.
So it's red light therapy. So it helps promote blood flow. It opens up your veins. And it's supposed to be really good. So if you're prone to cold feet, the red light boots, what they do is they dilate your blood vessels, and it helps bring more nutrients down into your feet. So it does the same thing through your whole body.
It only works on a flat Earth.
That shit takes Superman's powers away. I'm not going anywhere near it.
By the way, I
Why
just
we
want to
get
give a
picked on,
shout
Gina?
out
Why?
for Tiny's mom hooking me up with arnica, because that stuff I started taking. I got to get some more. My shoulder, I don't have hardly any cartilage left in my right shoulder, man. And I started taking that stuff, and then all of a sudden, it didn't really help with my hernia surgery that I noticed that much. But all of a sudden, I was like, my shoulder's not hurting anymore. That stuff's dope, man. Little tiny pellets you just put under your tongue, man. They dissolve, and it's like homeopathic stuff. It really works. It's not just voodoo.
No. Arnica's the one homeopathic that I know most people, even people who don't trust homeopathy, they use arnica because it's the one thing that works. Like, my grandma had to have oral surgery, and my mom gave her some arnica before, and then she gave it to her every 10-20 minutes after for a while. And when my grandma went back in she just had a bruise here, like just a little bruise, and her doctor flipped out. He's like, I've never seen anyone who healed like that. What did you do? Blah, blah, blah. So now he gives it to all his patients.
Well,
at least he listens and he helps.
It helped.
That's huge.
Unlike her eye surgeon, who she got ileus from atropine, and goes, that's not possible. And all the nurses are going, yes, it is. It happens all the fucking time.
Isn't that the cream that the battered wives smear on them so they don't look battered?
You can get arnica so that it goes on your skin.
Yes.
That does help with bruising to some degree, but if you actually take it orally, it's so much better. When I was the reason we started really getting into homeopathics and stuff, my mom was into it a little bit before I was born, but when I was about 4, we had arnica in the house, not much of the other homeopathics, and my grandma had a hospital bed, like, the ones that go up and down, and my foot got caught in it, and it crushed part of my foot. And my mom was giving me arnica like every 10 minutes. And by the time we went to the hospital the next day, it wasn't too bad. That changed the way we thought about it, all homeopathy. And then I've been to multiple homeopathic doctors in my life. They haven't been able to help me with what's wrong with me now. That's the fact. But other things that have happened when I was younger, they made a huge difference. So
it sounds like if I get some, I can hit my kids more.
Technically, you could. But the whole point is it's for soft tissue trauma. So it's like the fact that it's helping Diesel's shoulder is really cool, but that also means that there might be something still in there that was damaged because it shouldn't actually work really so much on bone.
What's an anti-inflammatory in that area is like. Am I still frozen, by the way?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
All right, going back to the face.
Okay, so the thing is this the stuff that they kept talking about in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that was there either.
That is why I said that's the stuff that that battered wives use because Johnny Depp allegedly he didn't. We know this now. Beat the shit out of her.
Actually, someone asked me if it was possible to do that. I remember someone asked me that. And it's sort of possible, not quite the way she described it, but
no, because he kicked he didn't. But the story was they beat her to within an inch of her life, and then the next day she was absolutely stunning and beautiful in an interview, and they're like, "How is that possible?" And she's like, "Arnica."
No,
for
Arnica
real,
would
bro.
make her look really, really good in a few days, whereas normally would have taken a week or more. It doesn't make you look perfect the next day. That's not fucking possible.
When Diesel said that your mom hooked him with Arnica, I thought that she was acting out as a dating service.
No, it's not a girl's name.
Yeah, man, she was a Russian stripper.
I can imagine a lot of white women naming their daughters Arnica.
Arnica.
Sounds
but listen, it's
a flower.
Like I take I
take
ibuprofen and stuff as an anti-inflammatory, but this stuff worked. So I mean, it worked so much better than ibuprofen, man. It's just I was taking, I might have like used it up a little too quickly and probably should have spread it out a little more. But
homeopathics in general are not how much you take; it's how often you take it.
Yeah, I probably should have taken like 1 to 2 or something. I was thinking.
If you take 12 pills at once, it won't do any different than if you taken 2 pills at once.
See that now that I kind of misread the directions about 1 to 2 or whatnot, and so like I'll do that next time and spread it out. But it's a fantastic anti-inflammatory, and it just went. I didn't even notice it until I was like, "Hey, my shoulder's not hurting." Because a lot of times I take ibuprofen, but it works so much better than that, man.
Well, just when you feel better, stop taking it. Don't take it until you start to hurt again, because it can technically cause what's called a proving. Where it's like if you don't need it and you take it, it will make you feel like you need it.
Well, that's good because I ran out of it, and when I felt better, and now it's like my shoulder's starting. I was like, that stuff really worked because now my shoulder's kind of getting slightly. I rolled over it when I on it and laid on it if I'm sleeping, and it kind of irritated it again. Man, I wish they could like inject some cartilage right there into my joint. That'd be great, man. See, if they could do
put a grease nipple.
If they could regrow cartilage, man, like
there's actually a shark. There's another like a homeopathic. I can't remember the name of it, but it also helps replace your cartilage. It helps regrow your cartilage, and I can't think of the name of it.
I don't know if a homeopathic does that, but I know there's supplements and there's stuff that people have been working on with certain things like sharks and other animals that can regrow cartilage, trying to help do supplements to make humans be able to do the same thing.
It's kind of, I bet it's expensive though, and kind of
probably. Like I said, I've heard about it, but I don't actually know it specifically, and I don't know of a homeopathic version, though there very well could be. There's for a lot of stuff. But for me, for cartilage, I do MSM and chondroitin.
I've been doing that. Yeah.
What about glucosamine,
chondroitin, and MSM?
Yep.
And I also
now we have an event here that's probably not good at all for that. Is that there's an event called the Runner Trip Stumble and Roll Their Way to Victory in the annual downhill.
I saw this.
Didn't like a couple people die?
That one dude went airborne.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So Brockwood,
have you got the video?
A German YouTuber Trip stumbled his way to victory for the second year running at one of the Britain's Zaniest Sport Contest.
Have you got the video of it where they show him and the guy I'm telling you, the guy gets airborne down there at the bottom. He starts flipping over and he goes up about 7 feet in the air.
But let's see. All the people at the top said that they were going to steal my title from that was mine. A shirtless Cope declared as he clinched his prize, a 7-pound circle of cheese. I risked my life for this. It's my cheese back to back.
Hey, as we know, cheese wheels restore like 25 points of HP.
That's probably him right there at the front of the pack there.
I'm going to see if I can find it on X.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, I can't imagine this being very healthy.
No.
Right?
You're all going to need some arnica.
Oh, wait, here. I got. Oh, God. Here we go. Let me see if I can share this, man.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, you know what? I bet I'm an idiot, man. I should have hooked up on Chrome. I bet Firefox has probably got something to do with it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably.
I'm gonna try that here in a second. Let me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That man seemed very, very happy with his cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know what? I mean, warning, Cooper Hill cheese roll. Cheese rolling is a dangerous activity for participants and spectators. You attend entirely at your own risk.
And you got old man Winter back there fucking pounding of looks like a can of
oh yeah,
the Heineken.
Oh, this guy, I mean, he's Superman.
You got a couple of super chats over here, Arrow.
Do we? Okay, thank you for letting me know about that.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna try. Hey man, I'm gonna bump out and then try to come back in on Chrome and see if that helps, dude.
All right.
Whoa.
Hey, y'all both from G Fontes 119 bovine collagen.
Bovine collagen actually is very good for you and good for your well, most joints, not just shoulders or anything.
Fucking Walter. Dude, I miss you, Walter, bud. I haven't seen you and Mike in a long time, dude.
And also $1, thank you again from G Fontes 119 and cultured. Someone help me with the pronunciation. I'm terrible.
Chondrocytes.
Thank you.
Chondrocytes. Sorry, chondrocytes.
Chondrocytes.
Chondrocytes, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually even know what those are.
I'll be at the spelling bee all week, people.
Spelled troglodyte.
Troglodyte.
I'm going to take your word for it.
I think he's right.
I am right.
Now, why would we trust you on that matter, though?
Because I'm smart. I just played an idiot on
is
TV.
there a women's cheese roll and a men's cheese roll? And she won that,
like
or did she come in second place?
Look at that
It's
shirt.
let's see. Women's. It's the women's downhill race category. So yeah, they do have a men's and they do have a women's. And being that it is England, then they've already said that a woman is a woman and a man is a man. You know, there's no dicks rolling down the hill for the women's cheese.
Gafontes for $1 says Chondrocytes. Chondrocytes.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Let me pull that up.
Look at that fucking communist shirt
Thank
she
you
has.
again.
saw
Yeah,
that,
I
huh?
know. Chondrocytes. Yes. Thank you, G Fontes 119 for $1. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Does anybody know what a chondrocyte is?
I don't know. I
apparently I'm
think
involved somehow.
Sean, what is
I bet
it?
it's something.
I mean, your name is in it.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you should know that, bro.
Fuck if I know.
It's a funny Harry Potter spell.
Forget it.
And what does it do, Arza?
Good question.
Let me know when you figure it out.
Will do.
Just ask Grok. Sean's
There
on.
are specialized cells found in cartilage tissue. They're responsible for producing and maintaining the extracellular matrix of cartilage, which includes collagen fibers, protoglycans, and elastin fibers, and so important stuff.
So this is something he was as a tip for like cartilage growth, right? Thanks, dude.
Yes.
I'm gonna check that out, brother. Thank
Walter
you,
S.
old man.
As a black
old man,
man, the
Diesel,
idea
worn
of
out
this
cartilage. Very grateful.
Walter S. As a black man, the idea of risking my life for cheese is ridiculous. Now, chicken and watermelon, on the other hand.
Well, Walter, what if I threw malt liquor down? Would you go bananas for malt liquor?
Bananas.
Or is that just a myth?
No. Well, Walter's awesome, dude. He'll definitely answer that question.
I hope so.
Oh, Walter's awesome, dude.
Yeah, he's been tripping out, man.
Also, Walter, follow my channel at Railify on YouTube, on X, and on Rumble.
Hey, there you go.
And so the answer to that question, as soon as it populates over here, so I can pull it up. Come on. Yeah, there we go. And the answer is malt liquor works too.
Based.
Man, malt liquor's rough, dude, and that's coming from somebody that like used to drink mouthwash, man. That
Old
stuff is
English.
rough.
Old fucking English.
So just so everyone knows, joining us for the first time on Insert Title here is Dumb Cunt.
Yes.
Hey, what's that? Hold on, I fucked up something here.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
you look good. You look good.
Yeah, no, but
Where's
your
your
sound's coming out of like the floor, which I
Oh,
didn't even know there was a
no purple
speaker
lights
there.
though. You have no purple lights. What's up with that?
Oh, I'm gonna sort that out. Hold on, I didn't know how bad I could be on this channel, so I just made it dumb.
Yeah,
You could be cunt. You could be a
Oh
cunt.
Okay.
man, that
That's good to know.
recliner you got is like, that's fire.
It's got buttons on that.
I know, right, man? It's got like
Buttons
it
on
looks.
that?
So,
got-
ladies, this is the men's version of it has pockets. Our recliners and
It's got a
sofas have
pocket too,
buttons.
and secret compartments.
Yeah,
I
it's got
don't
like
wanna
a
feel it, but-
console, like a car.
Yes,
Nice.
it's fucking. Oh, what have I done? Hold on.
Buckets are amazing.
This is
it's
the
something
men's version
really-
of it has pockets.
Do you know what I'm gonna join again in 1 second. I really need to fix this fucking. I'm sorry, it's driving me mental. I'll be back.
Get me out of the floor. Help.
Does anyone hear me?
no.
Help.
No, we can't hear you. Fuck.
Somebody. Anybody. Help.
Yeah, I hope it's okay. I threw him the
What's
link. I
what's
figured
the-
it would be.
was
Oh yeah, I did as well.
You did
What's
okay.
the Edgar Allan Poe thing where it was like a beating
Yeah, the
heart under
telltale heart. That's what I was thinking
yeah.
under
about.
the floorboards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beating.
Nobody puts.
Speaking of
Gina
which,
under
man,
the
I'm trying to
floorboards.
make friends with the like the crows and the ravens out. They come in the yard, man. I'm throwing them out scraps of like bread and stuff when I get a chance because they're
Still
smart.
remember.
But
I know,
and
they're
if you start leaving out money and train them to give you money for a
They'll
treat,
find-
they'll
they'll
go
find money down the
find
street
you
and
money
bring it
and bring it
back.
to you.
The only
Yep.
problem with that is I'm in the country, so it's like they're not going to find any money anywhere
Well,
around
they'll
here.
find it.
They'll find it.
They'll find it.
Yeah, they'll find
Yeah.
it. Especially coins, though. Like
You
it's,
know,
it's harder to treat. It's harder to train them to pick up paper money, but they'll do it if you could. If you can train them right, they will do it.
Now
And
I've
they're
seen
so smart. Like literally, it's humans, and Sebastians and corvids.
Corvids.
Those are like
you see the like the little
smartest animals on the
video
planet.
where it's a jar of
The
water.
corvids are starting
And
training
the corvid,
fucking wolves.
it
They're
understands
literally
water
turning-
displacement. It kept putting pebbles in it to raise the water level up
Yep.
because its beak wouldn't fit down in there to drink the water. And I'm
Yep.
like, that he understands. There's a
They
lot
make
of humans that don't understand water displacement.
Right?
Diesel, they make tools, and not only that, they make tools, and then they train
Yeah.
others to make tools. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have that in anything beyond Sebastians and primates. That's never been seen before.
Yeah.
And now the ravens are domesticating wolves the same way we did.
That is awesome.
Well, what does that say about wolves? They're fucking dumb.
Hey.
No, but like I'm just picturing a raven riding on the back of
other
a.
species that make their lives easier. Becoming domesticated means being taken care of. They're not dumb.
No, they're not.
No, ravens they're cool, man. And unlike you know, like a hawk or something like that, you can have them on your arm and their claws won't like, you know, bleed you out. Like if you have any of the like a hawk or an eagle or something and it's on your arm,
you have to have leather. You got to have.
You have to have a
to
big
sit
thick
on.
leather thing. But like one of my favorite videos is this girl and she's got this big raven called Mischief, and she's talking to him. And it's like, hello, and he's like, hello, and then he starts coughing like sounds like a human coughing. They can mimic voices like perfectly.
Sounds like my kid.
Well, I've seen the videos. The whole point, the raven will sit there and drink the water. As the water level drops, they pick up rocks to raise.
Put it in. Yeah, it's water displacement. That's amazing.
Yeah.
See, that's a whole nother level. Like Tiny was talking about
like
comprehension
intelligence
to understand
level,
that.
Yeah.
Hey, with proper lighting, he's back.
There's the Danny we know. The
Oh,
lighting
man.
did though.
It
looks more.
I
It looks
didn't
more
think it would look so
purple.
different just with the light, but it does.
Man, I want
It
to
makes a huge difference. But do you know what was? Because I started with just one, like most normal people. But then I'm not normal. So, but then I'm like, it's too bright now, even on its lowest setting. So I had to get more over here to sort of even it out. And I'm like, now it's like triple bright. So I'm going to have to balance it out in the back. Well, now there's not enough color. And then so I had to get more and more and more and more. And I'm like,
You should see his setup, Tiny. He's got like huge lights in front of him with like the dome covers.
But it doesn't look that bright. It actually looks kind of like chill behind you.
Yeah, it doesn't look super bright to us. It looks really nice.
Once you turn them all on, it looks good. But if I start turning them off one by one, you'll see like it starts to blow out heaps.
Right. Yeah. Wash it out.
It's quite a little tricky game to get your lighting right. It's once you start fucking with it.
I won't let my dad watch half the stuff I stream with my friends because he's a professional lighting director. And after the first two times I let him know I was streaming, I could not hear the end of it.
Yeah. Lighting is everything. That's why all my pictures look like nuclear fallout. It's all orange because there's not enough lighting. I'm just like, what? It looks like I'm
it's
around.
hard to get, and it's expensive. Like just one of it, to get one good key light that doesn't blow your fucking face out.
Yeah,
hundreds of dollars. So
lighting is key. My buddy is a graphic designer and he does photo editing, all that kind of stuff. That's what he does for a living. He's just like, man, you get the right lighting, you can make it look fantastic.
It does, right? Yeah. There's lots of little tricks. You get little soft boxes to take the edge, like harsh shadows away, and there's little tricks. It's pretty fascinating when you get into it, though.
I'm just so kind of lazy when it comes to that kind of thing that it's like it's so much effort. Like even trying to take, like I'm always like taking pictures of like my Transformers and sending them to Darnell. I'm like, dude, check this out, and then they're all like, the lighting's terrible. if I put like, a lot of people will make like a light box like with white background and white sides, and they can take, and it makes the picture so much better.
Hey, it's super easy. You just take a box, cut the top and like one side off, paint the inside white, and put your light. That's all.
I've actually got some really good like poster board, really thick poster board that I could make that with. It's just
thick wood.
I hadn't gotten around to a thick wood.
Sean.
With old thick wood.
Yeah,
all thick reliable.
What?
Thick
wood. I was trying to be funny.
I didn't understand what you
From
were
the
saying.
other night, man.
Thick reliable. What?
No, thick wood.
Oh, Jay. Hey, tell us about the DQ Blizzard, bud.
Very good. I'm not sure what flavor, but he's like, here.
Man, Dairy Queen don't play with that ice cream.
No, man.
Nope.
They're
Here,
so
please.
awesome. They even appear in just like fucking random stories too.
Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I'm making a joke to our show on Thursday nights.
Oh, I'm out of the loop.
The horror AI dungeon Thursday nights.
Yeah, it's
So I know
I've never
you guys.
actually. I don't think I've actually been to a Dairy Queen.
Oh yeah, well they're kind of, aren't they mostly in the South?
No, well, there's not a lot of Dairy Queens in New York, but we've got Dairy Queen. I lived in Texas for 5 years. I know there's Dairy Queens.
When you get a Blizzard, they have to turn it upside down and show you it's not gonna
it's
fill
so
out.
thick that the stuff.
I'm guessing Dairy Queen's like a Baskin Robbins. Is that like a?
It's like a Baskin Robbins and a McDonald's kind of kid.
Okay.
So like you get like
Wendy's
decent food,
here.
and then they sell cakes, like ice cream cakes.
Yeah,
in, like,
ice
a
cream
section of the
cakes are
store.
the
Yeah, that's what they're very
absolute-
famous for.
Yeah, those
I
things
love
are-
Right.
DQ
You
ice
guys
cream
have
cakes.
Wendy's, but it's like savory foods, right?
and
Yeah.
Wendy's here is ice cream.
I have a Frosty in my freezer right now.
Wendy's. Peter Pan's favorite
Dairy
place to
Queen
eat out.
also has like the greatest chili cheese fries ever, man. Those things are so good.
I knew about the Blizzard thing, that they have to turn it upside down to prove that it's solid enough that it won't come out. But I knew that because there's a video of it, but I actually knew the girl it happened to. She started working at a Sonic after she spent years working at Dairy Queen, and just muscle memory, she turned one of the Sonic drinks upside down.
Straight out.
It didn't go well, but
that's
it
a
went
painful
viral.
story.
She made
By the
money
way-
in the end because she was so humiliated.
By the way,
So it went viral, did you say?
you know, if you go to a place and they say their ice cream machine is broken, it's not actually
McDonald's.
broken. They had a high coliform count in there, and they were not allowed to serve ice cream in it on their last inspection.
And if something
The
breaks, they're not
McDonald's
allowed.
thing, right?
They're not allowed to
if
fix
something-
it.
If something breaks, they're not allowed to fix it either. They have to get a specific company to come in and fix it.
I've
They
seen
just
some
changed that.
horrendous.
They just changed that like this year or last year or something, that finally they won a court case or something to be allowed to fix their own machines.
You
Isn't that
fucking
so-
have got maggots in them. They're waiting
Well,
so
it's
long.
like I knew there was this one place that was like in Roanoke where I lived for a while, and the ice cream machine it was always broken. And then I talked to a guy who worked for like one of the county health departments for years, and he said, "Yeah, that's when you get a high coliform count doing an inspection, they're not allowed to sell out of it, and they usually say that it's broken and stuff like that."
Did you learn that shit though? Have you
Well-
ever got an ice cream soft serve ever again? I haven't.
That's not actually
I've
not the
never-
only
well,
reason.
I don't. I
Maggots
actually, it's
in the machines. I'm like, nah. There's got to be some varying degree of that in all of these fucking machines.
yeah.
McDonald's
Or like
or-
getting ice out of a convenience store for like
And roaches
even
come running out the
even the
yeah.
Oh, gross! Darn it.
I love
saw
those
my-
fountain
I saw
drinks.
my own two eyes.
Hey,
Okay.
here's the thing. I
got a
work-
cup of ice,
I
and
feel like-
two roaches fell into my cup with the ice.
Ew.
One thing though, I know roaches look
Ugh.
gross, but they do not transmit any disease, sickness, and
Hold
stuff
on.
like. Because if they did, we'd all be dead. Because
No,
roaches
but
are
hold on.
everywhere.
I was told that the fucking because I've got at the moment in Australia we've got a problem with midgets everywhere, but this year
Midgets?
these got. Usually we have big midgies. Sorry.
I thought midgets. You were like,
Lots of little people with
I'm like, what did
let me
Gina
see it.
do?
we've got to go out. And,
Yeah, we got little Peter English
there's
every
so many of them, you have to go hunt them. There's a
Gina
season.
and
We
I
usually
feel
have the
attacked
big-
at the moment.
Yeah.
We,
The hell?
we usually have the big roaches, but this year we've got a problem with the little German roaches. They're
Oh,
like the
those
tiny ones.
assholes.
Those are the
Are
ones
they
they
invading
fucking-
Poland?
get rid of.
They
Dude.
breed, yeah, they invaded Poland, and they fucking no, but they're invading my house right now. They're doing. I can hear them doing their fucking little, whatever their
We
thing
call-
is. No, but like honestly, they breed a lot quicker, and I
Yeah,
was
they
told
do.
that they're filthy, and they make me feel filthy. I see
Yeah.
about 4 a day, and that's enough. I
They
want to
don't,
burn.
but
my
they
apartment down.
roaches do not. They are not a significant transmitter or vector of disease or sickness because, like I said, if they were, we'd all be dead. Now,
Well, there's a lot of them, right? There's so
Mice.
many.
mice, flies, and then like mosquitoes and stuff like that. Those three are the big. That's the big three.
Fleas are pretty
like
bad
that.
too.
So
I
this is
think
a myth.
mostly
Then
it's
it's fake
roaches
news
just
about.
make people feel really gross.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're just gross, man. And like if you
Right.
step on, it's like but it's not really. It's not
It's
because
just a
I know
myth.
when I was in college, like my roommate, we were in like his mobile home, man, and I remember one like Saturday, I like woke up and then one of them was waiting for me, and he's like "Banzai!" and he jumped off the freaking ceiling and landed right on my mouth.
I used to have
Oh,
nightmares that would happen in Texas. Because we
I
had
mean-
the big water bugs in Texas, the big water bug roaches, and they go on the ceiling, and
Yeah.
roaches in New York don't do that. We have
No,
roaches in New York. New
these-
York's known for its roaches. Our roaches don't go on the ceiling though. They
Yeah.
don't-
yeah,
Don't
Those are those
fly
southern
around.
roaches, man. The ones that live outside, but when they come in, they're huge, dude, and they can fly.
Yeah, these
I
ones
didn't know
fly
that.
around. The little ones and the big
Roaches
ones.
can fly.
Yes, they've got wings. But
Yeah.
like
Oh.
the fucking little ones, I tell you what, they've got a lot of juice in them, and I didn't want to find
That's a
this
new
out. but
fear unlocked.
I
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah,
sniped
they'll
one
flood
of the best
Reddit
the other
basically
day, and it
have
just
to.
went.
If you ever
It was-
truly want to terrify the living shit out of yourself, Gina, you can go and Google or YouTube Swarm. like
Nope.
roach swarm.
Can I,
Can I just push
Google slugs
reportedly?
having sex. That's pretty gross.
No.
Reportedly, roaches, if touched by a human, will spend hours cleaning themselves too.
Okay, all right. I need to push back about this roaches are clean thing you guys are doing.
Yeah,
I
give
feel
us
like
something here,
I
Sean, 'cause
feel like I'm in
feeling
fucking
dirty over here.
Bizarro world,
But they
and
sing.
you know, maybe Grok is wrong. I mean, Grok and I do have this weird relationship, but
It's because you
that
keep trying to fuck it.
the diseases and pathogens transmitted by cockroaches can include Salmonellosis, Shigellosis, Staphylococcus, Listeriosis,
Food poisoning.
Hepatitis A, the polio virus, roundworms, tapeworms.
Stop saying Harry Potter spells to scare us.
Stop talking, Sean.
Are they? Are they common
They're not.
transmitters, though?
Like they're
Is
not
the
a
rate of
significant.
transmission high, I think, is the question.
Yeah.
They're not a significant
Can they
vector.
transmit disease? Yes. Are
Yes,
they a potential threat to health especially in culinary situations? Yes.
Yes.
Are they a major significant
Contributor to
distributor?
The,
No.
yeah.
No.
Okay.
Because
That's
if
what-
they
We all agree
were-
on that as a way to look at it.
it sounds about right. That
I've
sounds
got
more.
two-
And the little, and you're
horror
right about the
stories of
little
roaches.
German roaches, man. Those tiny little bastards, they're tough to get rid of, man.
They are.
They do. They
a lot
breed
quicker.
so quickly, man. You ever go in the
Fuckers.
kitchen at night and turn on the
And one-
lights, and they're all
Well,
in there.
now I'm jealous of roaches.
There
Sean
was
is
one on the
married to
desk the
Grok.
other night. I just flicked it thinking it'll die quick, and then it fucking splattered like white pussy shit all over my desk. It was on my microphone. It was all over my hand.
It's like
It was this
exploded.
tiny thing, and it felt
Yeah.
like it had like a
gallon
Oh,
of
geez.
juice in it, man.
And a bunch of
fucking
semen in it.
disgusting. I wanted to
That's
cut my hand off.
gross. Ugh.
So I've got two
So-
horror stories. One, I was checking the mail. I was
Right.
getting the newspaper out of the mailbox. I reach in and grab it, and the newspaper runs up my arm, and I was able to do this fast enough to stop from getting in my mouth, but I got in the body, so the antenna are like in my mouth, trying to get into my mouth.
Dude.
I was able to throw it off. The
Oh
other
my
thing,
God.
so I used to play basketball. So I get ready for a game. I get my shoes on. We go to the school. I'm playing the whole time. Like, man, something weird in my shoe. First quarter ends. I get down to the bench. I take then tie my shoe, take it off. 3 roaches come flying out my shoe because they nested in my shoe.
Ugh.
So I played a quarter of a basketball game with roaches in my shoe trying to get out.
How
That
did
is-
we get into this dumpster fire?
This is
And
so
so
upsetting.
now
Scorch
and
it.
I was 12. Since then, for 35 years, I check my shoes. I loosen them up, look inside
yeah, you
before I put
would.
them on.
Yes, you would. I did that ever since I found spiders in my like one spider in my shoe.
Well,
Yeah.
there. No, wait. Hold on. But
Anyone
there's
in
a
Australia
difference.
has to check their shoes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
was gonna say. I mean,
Yeah, that's fair. We do.
It's like a
But
cowboy
in
forgetting to look for
the city, people
scorpions.
don't though. They don't. And I found some in like the pile of clothes in my room last night, and I'm like, "Oh, you guys like to hide
Walter.
here? I forget about that. That's why you're supposed to fold your clothes." And I'm 35. I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah. So the one thing I know is that redbacks love the urban environment because their webs adhere better to like man-made structures.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So, but like, what? Yeah. I mean, this year is bad for spiders. I don't know what the fuck they must
Oh,
have.
no.
sent out
Yeah,
of
you
it.
guys have like your spiders, man, are like, ugh.
Your whole country tries to kill you.
Yeah, they got
I
the
know,
top
right?
10 deadliest
When I was a
fucking
little
everything.
kid- When I was a little kid, all I ever wanted to do was go to Australia. I thought
It
it was so amazing. I wanted to go to Australia so badly. And then I started learning about the fauna of Australia.
Yeah, but it's honestly, yeah, all that stuff is real and it exists, except for like drop bears. A lot of people lean into a lot of dumb shit. I'm sure you know drop bears are fake, but like, you know, like there's a lot of stuff that's
There are
dangerous, but
spiders
you're
bigger
really
than my
not going to
head. I'm
encounter
never
it that
going
often.
anywhere with spiders bigger than my head.
You'll always be with someone who's always lived here, and they're gonna be like, "Just watch out there." You're just not gonna. You fucking be fine. And we don't all have massive snakes in the ceiling. Most of the spiders are no bigger than, I don't know, maybe that. They're like, there was one in my hair the other day. I keep telling this story, but that's
No.
of course. You know, it didn't bite me. I
I
grabbed
had a
it.
termite in my hair the other night during the stream.
Dude, like when I was at my other place, like we had some mice problems. That's like why we had like timber rattlers breeding underneath the building because they were eating the mice. But I was sitting there one night and like, you know, the sound of your fingers raking across the keyboard, a mouse ran across that. Man, I'm telling you, I don't know how I did it, but I was in a seated position. It was probably like 12:30 or 1 in the morning, and somehow I probably launched about 2 feet out of my chair, like when that thing came out. While I was sitting, it was like, ah! It just came out of nowhere. I forgot what I was. Now those things are nasty, man. Like they'll if you unless you get like the poison that'll dry them out where they don't smell, like they'll go and they'll die, and then you'll smell
stink real
funky.
bad.
Oh man, I had a couple of them that like crawled into the back of the refrigerator, the little small fridge that I had, and they had gotten around that.
You got to go in and get
compressor, and they would. Oh god, when I cleaned it up, I had to like pry the carcass that was like half fried and glued in.
Yeah, I had to do that.
Take on the little compressor unit there.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Well, speaking of
a New York City rat decided to winter in my mom's car in the engine, and when it came spring and it was time to turn the car on, it wouldn't, and we opened it up and still semi-frozen because it was just barely spring. Still semi-frozen dead rat because it had fried itself trying to chew through the wires.
I mean, frozen is at least some saving grace because you could probably just, but like, fuck, still rats. We got a problem with rats here too at the moment.
But
New York City rats are big.
Yeah, since the dude Phoenix Press always takes pictures with his like pet rat.
Oh no,
they seem kind of adorable to me.
I did have
always
pet
taking
rats.
pictures with them hanging out.
You can have them as pets, but not the grey ones. I've had like albino rats and they're brown rats as pets as a kid, and they're
Irish milk rat.
I think the grey ones don't live very long either.
Sean, how many use an albino?
Hey, y'all want to see a palate cleanser?
These feral rodents out here, they're fucking disgusting and they're nasty, and they get, like you say, in New York City, there's something else. They're like triple the size of every other rat on Earth.
Yeah, the size.
They're like little dogs.
No, but they can be definitely the size of a small cat.
Well, that's what
they're
called Nutra rats. They're 10-pound
Yeah,
rats.
they're
10-pound rats.
Nutra are huge.
They were destroying the levees and the wetlands so horribly in 1998 that the state brought in chefs from around the world to come here
because they were messing up the levees
and everything. Yeah, so they brought chefs from around the world, and they were paying any trappers or hunters like $100 a pelt to catch them and bring them in, because they were going to start serving them in restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
That could be dangerous when you incentivize
to try to find ways to serve the meat that people would actually enjoy, because they knew they'd kill them. It was so invasive. It was such a problem. They knew they had to kill them, but they didn't want to waste.
It was destroying the levees, and all the state was washing away. I'm gonna say it didn't taste too bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Surely this is like why they're such a contributor to fucking disease. That you're eating the cunts. Like, I mean, that's not gonna help.
Nutra don't carry disease quite the same way like city rats do. Nutras are out in
think like raccoons and rabbits. They live in the woods and the wetlands and shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you surely wouldn't be eating them.
They were a pretty big problem down in Maryland too when I was living there.
They just called them rats.
I mean, I saw one the other day and I wasn't sure if it was a rat or a possum. It was quite big, but like it was in the distance. It was in the dark. I probably could, but fuck, they do get big, eh? They're nasty.
Possums aren't like rats or anything. Possums eat ticks and other insects, and they can't get rabies, and they can't get other diseases.
Yeah. They're not as dirty. No
possums
way.
are amazing.
You think that?
Yeah.
You think
but in the distance,
dirty.
I couldn't tell if it was which one it was. They looked the same to me, but yeah, possums are definitely much better. Sorry.
Check this out. This reminds me of something. A couple of months ago, my mom had some rice bags, and she microwaved one a little bit too long, right? So it kind of like burnt. So she took it and put it like outside on the front steps because it was like raining. She just, a little paranoid, didn't want it to catch on fire. And I was just like, well, I think it's been out there soaking wet. I'll go get it. I opened the door and there was a possum that had come out of the woods because it smelled the rice. It was a big joke. He was just sitting there like right at the door, like he found. It was cool. I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, hey, dude, you got to go.
So we earlier we were talking about that cheese race, and this one seems to be a little bit more up Sean's alley.
Uh-oh.
Hot diggity dog. The
Nice.
Wienermobile puts on a riveting race in the Wii 500 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Two of his
Yeah.
favorite
No, but
things.
do you know who got to wave the flag and be like the host of the speedway of the race or whatever?
Tragically,
All
it
those
wasn't
hot
me.
dogs pull out.
You know what? I
For
wonder
real,
what the
little
top
old lady,
speed of
like,
those
she's
things.
Granny something. Her and her grandson do all these crazy videos, and she got to be the lady who ran the thing because she always makes these wiener comments.
Dude, seriously though, I wonder what the top speed in that thing, because it's got to be top heavy with that thing on the top. I just wonder
I would
how
say
the top speed on that,
30,
how fast it can go on that
45
track.
miles an hour, 50 miles an hour.
It's
Let's see.
What is that in real
Amazing.
speed?
So, in the down to the wire race among 6 iconic Wienermobiles that served as goodwill ambassadors for Oscar Mayer, the hot dog on wheels representing the Southeast proved to be the big dog on Carb Day ahead of Sunday's running the Indianapolis 500.
So the Wienermobile can reach a top speed of 70 miles per hour,
Oh wow.
while it theoretically could top a speed of 110 miles per hour. In
Wait.
general use, it typically tops out at 70.
Have y'all
That's
been in
impressive.
one of them?
No, I hadn't. It looks
I've
like it's
seen
like
one.
you sit up high, right?
No. They're actually very, very low. They had one. One came to. In fact, though, I think the one that won this came to a local supermarket, and we went visit. They have a fucking red velvet rope. You can't go into the truck.
Yeah,
You can lean in and look. Like they have a fuck. And if people
you can
there,
take a picture with it, but you
if
can't go
people,
inside.
like as the doors open, you can lean in and look at it, but you
Mm-hmm.
can't climb on any steps. I had to pick my kids up to see. They have security there, not allowing you inside the vehicle. It's insane.
That
Dude,
is
it
crazy.
looks like you're sitting up higher because of that section of
It's
the
like a truck.
the
You know, like a
window.
truck. Yeah, it's a truck.
It's a truck with a different skin,
Yeah.
and that's what makes
think,
it look.
think like a full size truck.
Yeah,
This
yeah. and
reminds
they
me
just
of
put
Dumb and
it's just
Dumber
got
when
a,
they're in the
In the
sheepdog.
dog.
That's
yeah, it's just
fucking-
got a
Okay.
different skin on it, man. I
Yeah.
guess.
It was
it's a
definite-
motorhome. It's a motorhome.
Yeah, I tell you what though, man, you definitely wouldn't want to take a turn going about 70 miles an hour. That thing would. I bet it'd be kind of
That's 112 kilometers, Sean.
Oh,
because of that,
good.
especially because of that curve part, man.
it'd be a sausage roll. But hey, listen, it's 2 a.m. I love you all. I gotta go, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys Monday. And
Later,
Gina,
homie.
Gina is wait, no, it's Friday. I'll see you tomorrow night for Saturday Off the Rails. Handy and Dart are gonna be on, and Gina will be nowhere to be found because she's somewhere else, like a traitor would be.
What the hell? You're leaving? What the hell? I just got
I'll
back.
be there at some point.
Like a traiter would be. Anyways, I love you all.
all.
I'll see you tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Goodbye.
Good to hang with you,
Thanks, Sean.
brother.
Easy, Sean. Okay, it was the definition of wiener take all race. The driver and co-pilot of the number 3 dog, who managed to roast the rest of the Wienermobiles on a cool sunny afternoon, got to stick around for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500.
Oh, that's actually a pretty cool prize.
Let's see. The Wienermobile has been around since 1936 as a promotional vehicle for Oscar Mayer. It is not to be confused with Louis Meyer, who is the first 3-time winner of the Indianapolis 500. They traveled across the country, logging about 20,000 miles annually, though none were probably as important as the hot dogger on board as the 5-mile they drove on Friday. So it sounds like it, I mean, because it's only, I think it's just a mile track. So it was only a 5-lap race.
You know,
There's
it's
so
kinda
many
funny.
puns and dad jokes in that, right?
Yeah.
Puns, they're just
Exactly.
Nope, but
You
I
know what,
figured
though,
that,
man? I wouldn't mind a good hot dog, man. I hadn't had one in a while.
We've got a good
I-
hot dog stand down the corner here.
Do you always feel like good
I
and
miss
hot
New
dog
York
are
dirty water
oxymorons?
dogs.
I was gonna say, I bet those New York hot dogs are dope, man.
I've
Yeah,
had
we
very
call
few
them dirty
good
water
hot dogs.
dogs because they go through so much in the boiling water, it ends up getting kind of gray looking from the
Yep.
oils. But it tastes so good.
Man, I wanted to go to I think it's one deli closed in New York, but I wanted to go there, and I've seen like when they have like the big. I'm trying to think of the sandwich with all the Oh, it's like a big salami sandwich or something.
You mean like Katz's?
Hero.
It's like piled with meat. It's like so
Hero?
much that you would have to eat it with a fork, but it's like legit Italian. Because I love even cheap, like a knockoff Italian meat, man. The real deal would be like freaking like dope, man. On Impractical Jokers, they did some skits in this one deli, and they would be showing the sandwiches, but it was so big and had so much meat piled on it. You had to eat it with like a knife and a fork. And
you guys would fucking laugh at the hot dogs they have here.
Knife and fork sandwiches in New York.
Especially, you would laugh if you're from New York. You would laugh at our hot dogs because they're like, you'd be like, "Where's the rest of it?" It's like this big, right? And it's $10, and it's just a dry fucking thing with a tiny bit of ketchup on it.
Oh, kind of like the ones you get at the gas station that have been spinning around.
Yeah, but they'll charge you double if you want onion on that thing.
They're dried out to the point of
it's
like
fucking, and it's like it's the size of you could fit it in the palm of your hand, and it's like, what? I didn't even know they made bread that small.
We have to mail you some hot dogs, brother.
Okay, New York hot dogs. If you go to Papayas, they're longer than the bun. And like Grace Papaya is very, very famous. They've always had this really cheap deal for a drink and a dog. But those street dogs, they're not that long. They're not that big. But you get plenty of ketchup, plenty of mustard, lots of onions, sauerkraut.
No, all that shit's
It mixes together perfectly.
How fat is the actual sausage in it too? Like the
They're not that big. Like they're I don't know.
Like they're not foot longs. They're like the ones you get in the package, like your standard size.
I'm out. What's up, Darnell?
We'll get back to a second. Gina's got to get out of here.
Oh. My little one's got round 2 of Moana Jr. tomorrow for matinee play.
Well, I hope they have a lot of fun.
And to help, they'll have fun tomorrow after like their play. They have like their little pizza party. And it's funny because they're all 11. They're in 5th grade. And the emails are like, make sure your kid please showers and puts deodorant on because we're in tight quarters.
That's hilarious.
When you're 11 years old, you're not aware of how.
Dude, a 13-year-old refuses to shower and wear deodorant. She thinks she doesn't smell.
There'll be one kid that really stinks, which is the whole requirement for this letter going out. I know.
Why are 11-year-olds getting the same memo that anime convention attendees are getting?
Where do you think they get it from?
Yeah.
Anime kids get it from.
Good night, guys.
Night, I love you.
All right, guys.
Hi, Gina.
If you want to see me, I am cheating on Sean tomorrow. I will be on 123 Mad Ash. So if you want to see me, that's where you can find me.
Infidelity.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
Night. All right, tell us about your weenie now.
Well, I was thinking, I'll just pull up a picture. I don't know. It's like maybe that long.
Yeah, like standard hot dog size, man.
Yeah, it's about standard hot dog size. A New York City Dirty Guardian.
You know, honestly, there are only 2 hot dogs that I've ever had that were like really good.
The Spirit Tracks and what?
I think Chicago.
I've had very few good hot dogs. Hot dogs generally aren't that good.
Speaking Dairy Queen's chili dogs they're
really good
too, man.
They took them away here.
Hot dogs. One, I was at an airport in Chicago. I got a Chicago dog in an airport. Fucking fantastic.
Oh, I
the
bet
best burger, best hot dog I've ever had is it's a hot dog cart on Bourbon Street. They're called Lucky Dog. They have a foot-long hot dog. They overload it with chili, onions, relish, ketchup, and mustard, and they're fucking fantastic.
I bet it's like the dog is like swimming. There's so much stuff in it.
And the hot dog is so huge.
Bourbon Street? What city is that?
New Orleans. Sorry.
Yeah,
New Orleans.
Yeah, the only ones that I've had that were particularly good was Is Henny trying to talk to us?
Is she? Are you muted on purpose? Oh no, there you go.
Sorry, I was talking to my mother.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you were very aggressive for not talking.
Walter has a very interesting question. Are we literally having a wiener measuring discussion right now?
Yes,
the only 2 good hot dogs I've ever had are Costco hot dogs are surprisingly good. Lovely.
Yeah.
And then also at a Shinedown concert at a that was being hosted at a Maryland Community College sporting rink. That hot dog was really fucking good.
For store-bought hot dogs, Hebrew National's pretty good, man.
Never had those.
Well, but why would I want a hot dog that has part of its tip cut off?
Oh,
Just a tip.
Anti-Semite, you cancel him.
Exactly. That
Can't
and there was
right
another
now.
brand too that I thought was really good. I was trying to think of it.
Nathan's?
Right? Nathan's, yes,
Nathan's,
exactly.
yeah.
Nathan's, that is exactly it. They're fantastic.
That's
too.
what you have at Coney Island. Is Nathan's
Yeah,
Hot.
those have, and I was thinking, I bet you that mix of everything you get on the New York dog just blends perfectly together.
Oh, it does. It blends.
Oh man.
Oh, come on, Cass.
No,
I thought you did
listen,
like weenie.
Unless you're crazy like my mom and you put raw onions on it. No, only the cooked.
Oh no, raw onions are so good on the hot dog.
Oh, I love
yeah.
raw onions. Man.
Oh yeah, worth the heartburn. Worth the heartburn.
Right?
That crunch mixes so well.
Now,
with the
there
You
chili.
mean like just not
No,
even a
for
little
lunch,
bit?
that's what the coleslaw's there for.
No,
And the
fuck
relish.
cabbage.
It's on
No,
the side.
fuck cabbage.
I'll take it all, man.
So there's like local
Say
to
that again.
Louisiana. these sausages. They'll have like one of them is like a Cubano. They have all the Cubano sandwich like stuff
Mix-ins.
ground up and mixed into the sausage. And then there's apples and chicken. That one is fucking amazing. And pineapple
See,
and something.
like stuff
Apples
like that. I
and
think
chili,
as a
that sounds
sausage,
great.
not as a hot dog. Like
Toss some,
apples and
mustard flavored
sausages I've seen.
cheese chili on it. Oh,
Hey, any of you guys ever get a Kaneka sausage?
A what?
Kaneka.
Kaneka.
It's actually
Never
from a
heard of it.
county here in Alabama. It's Kaneka County, and they have a sausage plant down there. It's really good. I think you've seen them in the store, though, hadn't you, Darnell?
no, I haven't
Yeah,
seen them.
maybe
I may have, but I don't remember seeing them.
Yeah, it's really good, man. They made here in Kaneka County in Alabama. It tripped out because, like, when I was working for the Department of Environmental Management, we were going down there and doing some inspection of this place where they were throwing out trash. And when you would get off on that exit, man, that whole area, because the sausage plant was right, it just smelled like sausage, man. It was like smelled like cooked sausage. It was like, As soon as you got off, it was just like, man, I'm hungry.
I'm right next to
I'm home.
a little.
By the way, thank you, Walter.
But I'm right next to a Jif peanut butter factory, and when I was on campus, the smell of the roasted peanuts would waft to campus almost nightly. And every time I drive downtown, I just smell roasted peanuts.
Peanuts.
Well, that's not bad.
That has got to cause the freshman 15 to be worse.
Right?
Freshman 65.
Do you know what I love though?
I mean, okay. Is anyone not surprised? Is not anyone really not surprised that Arza was just impressed by the smell of roasted nuts?
Very true.
That's not. I mean, really,
They're high in protein. What can I say? Fuck you. I got some right here. I mean, they're almonds, but fuck you.
I'm not supposed to agree with you, so yeah.
These are alcohol flavored.
I still
Alcohol
don't care.
flavored roasted almonds? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Sorry, I'll take the real alcohol.
That's not alcohol. What the fuck? What is wrong with you?
That would be really interesting. I'd love to actually try that.
They're actually really
Alcohol
good.
flavored?
A few others that were based off. Well, they're based off of alcoholic type beverages.
Okay, there you
There's
go. There you go.
There's like a hot.
There we go.
Take a picture and send it to me, pretty please.
Yeah, it comes in a 3-pack with 3 different kinds.
Cool.
I think my mom gets them at Costco.
Oh yeah, I think I've
This has been such a
Many years ago, I was a bartender, and I always find things made with bar flavors very interesting.
Yeah, the hot toddy. Forget what they are, but they're very good.
I could see mulled cider working with an almond flavor, and I could see hot toddy working with an almond flavor. It always drives me crazy when people pick like a really well-known drink flavor, like because the name is well-known, and they put it on something, but the flavors don't mix well at all. So people didn't think about how it would taste; they just think about what the name would be that they can put on a label to try to convince people of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like I love hot toddies. I think they're a perfect drink, a cure-all.
Hey, speaking of something, Drex
I drink them all the time if I have a sore throat.
Drex posted something on X earlier, and it looked pretty good. It was like Sprite mixed with iced tea, man. It was like kind of a mixture because
my kids fucking love that, but everyone I know who's drink it tastes like shit.
really
My kids love it though.
It just because it's like it seems like it might go together because of lemon and tea maybe. And
I hate tea.
Arnold Palmer is good, but Sprite that seems a bit.
I hate tea
and carbonated.
Yeah, like
I like carbonated.
How the fuck do you live in the South and hate tea?
I've never liked tea.
Tea is fucking pretty good.
Never liked tea.
You mean like iced tea or all
Any
tea?
tea. It all tastes
Even
like
like
ass.
herbal tea, like raspberry tea, or
All tastes like ass to me. All of it.
You just suck at making it.
I don't like tea.
You don't have to like tea, Squiggles. I support your right to hate tea as a manly man.
Like, as an Aussie, you don't you
Thank you,
guys have a fight with the rest of the Commonwealth
No.
about tea?
Probably.
Fuck you guys for liking tea in America.
Hey man,
Fuck you
I
for
don't.
liking tea in America.
I like
we
tea.
threw our tea in the fucking bay.
No,
Doesn't mean we didn't
mixed the tea
fucking
with
like
sugar.
tea. No, wait. Doesn't mean that we don't like tea. We were protesting.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
protest.
British fuckers.
There's a protest. You still like the tea, but I'm going to grant Darnell that tea is for ladies and fags. But I like tea, but I'm a fag.
So which one are you?
No, I don't. The Japanese dig the tea, man. With they all everybody's always.
Or Japanese. I'll let them off because they have their whole fucking thing going.
Tea ceremony.
I thought you said you get them.
And they slice fuckers up, so they're kind of pretty hard. I won't fuck with them.
Well, on talking about slicing motherfuckers up, we on insert title here in the past had a little special, and we're going to kind of bring it back, and we're only going to do it on the nights that we have the Free for All Friday, and that is we're going to have a special I can't fucking talk. Special sponsor, which will be handled by Darnell this evening. So Darnell, who is our sponsor for this episode of insert title here?
Our sponsor tonight is Ward Off, Wart Freezer. When you need to just remove those pesky warts from your dick, because your one night stand last week gave you something you took home. Freeze them warts off with Wart Freezer.
Do you know what I love about these products is they never make it like a discreet name. You'd be like, "Oh, give me some anusol, please." And
it's written in big letters on it.
Wart remover. Yeah, let's just call it fucking leaky dick cream, please.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why would I? What? And you've got to go to the counter in front of everyone and do that.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I'd like the vat of anusol.
But you get people saying, "Oh, can I have some anusol?" And I'm like, "Come on now, we know what you get. It's you trying to dress it up." You're like, I don't know if you ever seen that English show, the fucking Keeping Up Appearances. There's this lady called Hyacinth Bucket, but she goes. Yep. It's spooky. It's not. It's bucket, bitch.
Great show.
Funny.
But as we close out this episode of Insert Title here, we're going to go around the horn, and we're going to start off with the last in. He's going to be the first to go. Daniel, where can you find you next? Yes, it will be you.
Well, I just show up on Sean's channel sometimes. I have my own channel, but I fucking haven't done anything on it for months. I keep saying I'm going to, and it never happens because I'm lazy. So, but you can find me everywhere at Daniel Clancy. That's on Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube.
Hey,
that's me.
That's it.
Diesel. Where
Hey
can you
man,
find you?
thanks for letting me come on, man. I've been away from streaming for a while with doing a lot of stuff around here, but I'm hoping maybe I can get back into it. And I'm much like Daniel, man. I got my own YouTube channel, but I haven't done anything with it in months either, brother. So it's like
You gotta get back on the horse.
Yeah, I kind of like I'm a stream horse, or sort of, and jump on other people's streams when I get a chance.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
But thanks for letting me come on, dude. I really needed this.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks,
Arza, where can people find you next?
You can find me at ArzaChats on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, TikTok, and of course X once a day. Just about.
And Grindr.
Why would I use my YouTube name on Grindr?
Oh, that's
easier.
That's my real name.
Make it easy to find you.
I forgot you're not Gina that uses the same name for everything. Got it.
But once a day, I'll be putting out just an informational video that's also kind of funny, kind of perspective filled. So it's almost worth watching. And then a 1 minute short just summarizing it for other sites that use short form content. And then you might just spot me on the fucking news for beating the shit out of my sister because she walked like 3 miles away to a McDonald's at 2 a.m.
Wait, time out. Did she bring you anything?
No, because she needs to go pick
That's
her
why
up.
she's getting beaten up.
Oh, you have to go pick her up and tell her.
This
Tell her she
dipshit.
to have
Is
food
she
ready for you.
suicidal?
Wait, she walked
Was.
3 miles at 2 a.m.?
At least, I don't actually know how far of a walk it is.
How old
but
is
it's
she?
at least 3 miles. She's 16.
It's probably like 80
Oh,
feet
God.
out the house.
She's 16. She's a dumbass.
16 is
No.
a trouble
Well,
age.
Dude, that's
16
suicidal behavior,
miles
man.
on foot at 2 a.m. Yeah, okay.
That's
As far as I'm
Congrats,
aware,
that's crazy.
there's not even sidewalks to there. I can't think of
Dude.
any route that would get you there that has
I mean,
sidewalks.
I used
So
to
she had
do that
walk on
shit,
a
but I'm
fucking
like a
highway.
Yeah, I mean, I did
That's-
this shit at 13. I was walking 3-4 miles away to fucking
But
restaurant.
we're dudes, like, it's different for a girl. I don't mean to be sexist
Yeah.
like this.
No,
like,
it is. It's
No,
not
you're right,
girl.
man.
fucking
It was
different
also
for a
the- it was
girl.
also the
Her argument
80s.
is,
Yeah, the
She
80s where
needed
you could
this
actually
week-
do that stuff as a kid, man, and like go disappear on your bicycle
Yeah.
from daylight
Yeah,
till
you can't do
dark,
that.
man. And you
Can't do
and,
it.
I'm
and
home for
just
9
as you need
hours.
a sweet treat, we've got fucking sweets in the fucking house. Ah. All right, well, so I'll actually just be leaving because I gotta go get her. See you
Gotta
guys.
get you something.
Yeah, go get her.
See you later, Arza.
Night.
Peace.
Jay, where can people find you next?
Well, you can find me, probably in the chats of Sean and this gentleman here. I am also getting my channel going. It's still going through the stages of figuring out the best. I've been looking into what Darnell was talking about with the, what was that, the eye stripe? What is it?
Oh.
I got it. It's on my
XSplit.
XSplit. I don't know why it's so hard. But anyways, I've been trying that out. It's kind of working for me, but we'll see how it goes. But yes, we'll be discussing music, new albums, old albums. I'm a vinyl collector, so we'll look at all that kind of stuff. I see that you're also into music. I see a guitar in the background. Yeah.
Played for
He's a music guy too, brother. You want he knows his
We'll
music.
We'll be talking.
Yes, bro. Hey, have you got an X?
I do actually. Yes, it's under the same name, but just put JC right behind it, and
Hot Wax JC.
yeah,
Hot Wax JC. Let me see if I can't find you, brother.
Yeah, I just actually got on first time on X. I've been pushed by Sean and everybody. Get your ass on there. Okay.
Oh,
I'll do it.
okay. I gotta check my Twitter.
But,
I followed you, Daniel.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right, sweet. I see you there. I'm gonna follow everyone back.
Okay, Hot Wax. I got you. You got the established 19th. Dude, were you born the same year as me? 75?
1975, yeah.
Word.
Yeah. I
Aerosmith Rocks came out that year, man.
That's right. I've
Great
got that
album.
one. I got that album.
That is their stuff from the 70s. They got a couple of really banger albums from the 70s. Toys in the Attic and Rocks are just.
I've got that actually in quadraphonic as well, so it's a different mix.
Jay, what do I put on your?
There.
And on to Tiny But Fierce.
On to
Where
Tiny,
can people find you next?
You can find me on X at Won't Be Boxed, and that's about it at the moment. I'm sort of sticking here. I channel surf, so if you're looking for someone to talk about comics, manga, anime, history, medical shit, politics, whatever, I kind of channel surf. Do a lot of
It is
different
a
shit.
fountain of information, man.
Someday I will finally get my own channel going and actually put shit up. But
Are you on Twitter while I'm looking through it?
yeah, at
Won't be boxed.
Whoop.
Won't
Won't.
be boxed.
Oh,
WONTBEBOXED.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. Got it. Yeah. Tiny but fierce. Followed.
All right. Darnell, where can people find you next?
You can find me here on Fridays on Sean's channel right before this. Sunday nights, usually we do one Sunday a month. I don't know when it'll start up again for the Star Trek table reads on channel.
Sorry, that's my thing, and I didn't even mention it.
Oh.
I am so sorry. That's right.
We have one?
We didn't do it. We didn't do it this last month because my co-host Moxie got sick.
Yeah, she's been really sick. Yeah.
But
Are you co-host with Jess?
we will go back to doing some table reads for Star Trek. We may actually start doing one every month, as well as doing the retrospective that we were originally doing, so that'll be 2 Star Trek things a month, possibly.
Ooh.
So the retrospective is Moxie Dame, also known as Surly Durly.
I love her.
We talk about Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah, she's great.
And so just we go over an episode and we talk about all the different aspects of it, and then we also have a lot of fun, as Darnell was about to talk, where we have friends and anyone who's interested is willing to DM us, and we'll try to get you a part where we actually table read the episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation and have different people play Riker and have lots of fun with his voice, and different people have played Picard.
For example, All right, so Monday nights, Pop Culture Beatdown with Sean and Killer Games Cast, Killer Mike. Tuesday, I do Nerds Reading News if I can get there early enough. I got kids. Then after, I do AI Dungeon with Shirley Durley, aka Moxie Dame, where we do a hard hour of a fantasy dungeon where we prompt an AI to tell a story for us, and I read the story with lots of funny voices. Thursday night, I do the same thing with Mike, Killer Games Mike, Killer Games Cast. We do AI Dungeon, but we do The Panic Room. It's a horror story. It's quickly turning into this weird supernatural fucking thing. Really cool, but still weird. Then after that, 10 p.m. Central Time, 2 Sieves and a Pig, and Iron Oxide, Sammy 3-Pete, and myself, we go over police body cam videos. We give civilian point of view, cop point of view, and we bridge the gap between the two.
I think it's a good idea. I like
we bridge the gap.
It is. That's killer.
We debuted last Thursday, so there's 1 episode. Go to my Rumble, Darnell Quiggle and Rumble. It's under Lights Camera Citation. It's a 1 hour long show. We had a shit ton of technical difficulties. This next one will be better, but check it out. And then Friday, I already said my Fridays, but also while you're at my Rumble, check out the official Sham Records channel. There's a fuck ton of AI generated music. I have more to put up there. It is a fucking blast to listen to.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you everyone for joining into Insert Title here. The show that is unnameable, hence the reason why it's called Insert Title here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Follow on Rumble. Thank you to the Rumble chat. Thank you to YouTube. Everyone's descriptions and where to follow them will be in the show information. Make sure you guys, if you want to keep in touch with the people that are panelists on the show, make sure you follow them on their respective social media accounts. We will be back here at 9:30 PST next Friday, which I believe is the first Friday of the month, which means it's a ranking show. And it's not any kind of ranking show. It is like a Final Four. It is we will fight it out to find out who is whatever the topic may be. I still have a week to decide. Yeah, that type of thing.
The old NBA theme song?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, it's NBA, and I can't stand
Written
NBA.
by John
But anyway, let's see. We got Nerds Covering the News, which are Tuesday at 5:30 PST on my channel. And then coming up, I'm going to start looking to do a little bit of video work in the sense that I'm going to start taking hikes. A way of improving my health. I've been starting to do 3-mile hikes, and you know what? On the weekends, I'm going to start taking the camera with me and I talk about a topic and record myself as I do my walk as I better my health. And so I'm going to start doing that as well and start going ahead and doing that. We are setting up a raid. Cass is going to be doing that as soon as the credits start. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Let's see. Tomorrow morning at 8:30 PST, we have Cavecast over on Sammy 3-Pete's channel. And then we have Touchgrass with Theo Snodgrass at 11 a.m. PST. We're where I produce and usually make fun of the host, Theo, in the background through banners. So we will see you all next week. Guys, have a great weekend. Be safe. Have fun. And if you're in a place that's enjoying good weather, enjoy that weather and get out there. Everyone, have a great night, and we will see you again. Take it easy.